Shabbat Shalom, everybody. As you know, there's a lot happening tonight, but this is a bittersweet Shabbat because we are showing our love and appreciation for and to Francie Miran, our beloved member of many years, our colleague, and our dear friend. And Francie is retiring, and so we want to thank her. And we're doing that in lots of different ways. And the first person we want to invite up is a friend of Francie's and a fellow person who grew up in this congregation, someone who knows her well, someone who knows the impact that Francie has had on our community, Jamie Idelberg. So Jamie, come on up.
Shabbat Shalom. Happy Francie Shabbat. Happy new member Shabbat. Super exciting about that. In fact, one of the little new members that I'm seeing over here is Amy Morris's daughter. Her dad was the best man in our wedding, so it's really quite fun. I'm not sure exactly how long I've known Francie, but let's just say it's been a really long time. I love it when Francie asks me to volunteer for fundraisers or other events. It meant I got to spend more time with Francie. I got to meet other members of the congregation, got to do something meaningful, and be involved. There was a group of volunteers who always helped out with the fundraiser, including, but not limited to, Faye, Diana, Lori, Heidi, Lauren, and Wally. We all knew we would get the phone call every year. We waited patiently for her to give us our assignments, and the fundraisers were always a huge success. I don't know how, Francie, you always did the seating chart. It was a mystery to me. You kept most people happy. When you didn't, some of the unfiltered Francie came out, but that's okay. And a special thanks for always finding seats for my parents, especially my dad, who's 6'4". He always requested an aisle seat in the center section towards the back. So thank you. Francie and I also share a love of Schwader Camp, our happy place at 10,200 feet. Any opportunity we had to go to camp, we'd seize it. Camp committee meetings, Camp Shabbat, camp concerts, second day of Rosh Hashanah, and our favorite time at camp, just because. Francie got me involved, I think it was called J180 or Camp Street or something. More meetings, more fun. We also had a blast traveling to the Green Spoon fundraising meeting in Springfield, Massachusetts. The conference was interesting. The kosher food was actually quite good. But what was most exciting for us was the final night event at the Basketball Hall of Fame, because for those of you that don't know it, Francie and I are huge basketball fans. She's my compatriot Nuggets fan. We text, we talk. So anyway, we had a blast at that. But even more fun than that was we asked the driver of the shuttle bus to possibly drop us off at the local casino, because that's another Francie passion. And even more exciting was we hit the jackpot. Penny slots, pretty exciting. Let's see what else. Francie is an amazing mama to Sally, and she's so excited about your upcoming marriage to Mike. She's kind of kvelling all the time. I see pictures of the wedding dress, and we're super excited for you. Francie, you have an amazing ability to make everyone around you feel valued. Whether it's a simple thank you or a warm smile, You know how to lift everybody's spirits. It's truly a gift. Your talent to cultivate and maintain meaningful relationships is an art, truly an art, and you created a masterpiece. Career well done. Wishing you lots of fun, travel adventures, good health, and endless amounts of Mahjong games and tournaments in your retirement. Don't forget the Mahjong lesson. Cheers.
Thank you, Jamie. As I said, Francie has been a member of this congregation her entire life. And there's one person who really knows Francie very well. That's Rabbi Foster. So I want to invite Rabbi Foster to come up and help pay tribute to Francie. Can you get through?
You want to come up here? I don't want to talk about you. I want to talk to you. She's a special, special lady. However, I knew her when she was a young kid. Now, everybody keeps talking about the long, long time ago. I know how long ago it was. I've been a rabbi in this congregation for 54 and a half years. But I've known Francie from the moment I came here. And her mom of blessed memory, and her dad of blessed memory. They were such wonderful and loyal and devoted parents. And you and your family together, you were always a part of this place. And now I know sometimes now people talk about the fact that they come here from Highlands Ranch and all. Yeah, I know that. But 55 years ago, you got to understand that her family lived off of Arapahoe Road between University, between University and Broadway. That's a long way ago, 55 years ago.
In the covered wagon.
In the covered wagon. That's true.
Sorry.
It's okay. This is your night, babe. But you've always been there. And for us, for Joyce and for me, we're so happy for you. And the time and the effort that you have given to the temple as a part of this staff has really been wonderful. And I knew the moment I retired and when you came on board, I knew that no matter whatever happened, all I had to do is call Francie and say, Francie, what's going on with this or what's going, and she always had an answer. And if I forgot to make a reservation, she made it for me. But I want to talk to you about, I got a note the other day and I didn't make the reservation yet. Did you put that in? No, for the gala.
I did not put that in.
Oh, somebody.
Not my event.
Some. We love you, Francie. And I have to tell everybody and tell you as well, and I said this to you yesterday just a little bit, there is nothing that brought a greater satisfaction in your life than that young lady right there, Sally, named for your dad, Sally, Sal. And the truth is, I remember when she came here for the very first time, and I remember when you got off that plane and you brought her here and you raised this magnificent human being. It's not always easy, but you did it. And we thank you for all that you've done for all of us because you are an inspiration. Thank you. You're very welcome. What?
I guess I get to talk.
Oh, I thought there was somebody else in between. Yes. Ken and Steve. I was told Steve as well. Joe, let me tell you what's coming next. No,
You get close to retirement age, you start to forget things.
Yes. Well, good evening, everyone. And I am here on behalf of the Board of Trustees tonight. And I think it's pretty clear there's so many things that Temple gives to us, and none of that can happen without a really solid financial foundation. When we leave services, and we are feeling spiritually renewed, we're generally not thinking about the work that Francie Miran has done for this congregation. When our kids and our grandkids come home in the summer filled with Schwader magic, or when they come home from the Rabbi Stephen Foster Early Learning Center and we marvel about how much they're learning, we are generally not thinking about the work that Francie Miran has done for this congregation. When we are experiencing a life cycle event, either a very sad one or one of great joy, and we are blessed with the interaction and the support that we get from our wonderful clergy, we're generally not thinking about the work that Francie Miran does for this congregation. You see where this is going? It's a long list, folks, but I'm not going to recite all of them. I will say this, Francie, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, and I think I can say on behalf of the former trustees, many of whom are here tonight, we think about it, and we appreciate it, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And now we will call up our co-CEO and executive director, Steve Stark, for a gift. You're getting an easel.
Francie, dear Francie, we've worked together for 9 years since I came to Temple. And I will say that those first few months that I was at Temple, I couldn't have got through without you. You taught me everything Temple. As you've just heard, Francie's been in and around Temple her whole life. She's been on the professional team for 12 years. And she is one of the most dedicated, loving, caring people that I've ever seen. Francie was the first development director that Temple Emanuel ever had. She blazed a trail, and she blazed quite a trail. Francie put together the whole fundraiser that we're all used to and accustomed to and everything. Francie made it what it is. And she really blazed the trails to try something a little bit different rather than just doing a dinner or something like that, and we did things creatively. Francie, much to everybody's happiness, Francie helped recreate our dues system. And I could go on and on about all kinds of wonderful, creative, trailblazing things that Francie has done. She's got very large shoes to fill. And as I said yesterday when we had lunch honoring Francie with the professional team, in addition to all the wonderful things that Francie does for all of you, Francie is my friend, and I'm going to miss her. And I know that you will never leave Temple, so I will still see you once in a while. And please don't be a stranger, but I'm going to miss you, my friend Francie. I have here, Francie, why don't you come up here? I had something made for Francie. No, I guess we could have taken out of the plastic. Okay, I'll keep talking. You know, it's a beautiful print, and it's got the Hashkivenu prayer on it. You know, and it says, in honor of Francie Miran, in appreciation of her many years of service and dedication to Temple Emanuel, we love you, and I'm going to miss you.
Don't go anywhere.
So is it my turn?
It's your turn now.
Okay. So this is either my comments or a bar mitzvah.
Hold out your hands like this. Okay.
Shabbat Shalom. All these new members who I'm never going to get to ask for a donation just breaks my heart. Yeah. A while back, one of my colleagues asked me what I was going to say tonight. I said I only needed to say, without flour there is no Torah, and without Torah there is no flour. I've always thought that this quote from Pirkei Avot was a good watchword for synagogue development professionals who try to bring in the flour, so to speak. It was interesting that after I selected to use this quote this evening, I was cleaning out my office, and I found a card from Rabbi Immerman from before he left. He said, without flour, there is no Torah. Without Francie, there is no flour. It touched my heart to be a part of that quote. When friends have questioned me about wanting to be a fundraiser in a synagogue, they don't realize the advantage I have. There is lots and lots of text, like from Pirkei Avot, that I could use in my work. My other favorite one that I used a lot was, as my ancestors planted for me, so do I plant for my children and my children's children. Perfect for asking folks to consider a legacy gift. I never found an occasion to use the text where God asked everyone to bring things to the building of the tabernacle, including dolphin skins. And you all can thank me for not leaving the dolphin skins in my office. I gotta tell you, when you quote text, it gives the donor little extra zets towards giving. My work was easy peasy. And I've been proud of my work here at Temple over the last 12 years. I'm particularly proud of the campaign to rebuild Schwader Camp that I worked on with David Foster and Michael Steinberg. I was at camp a few weeks ago, and it looks amazing, and I'm still blown away by what we were able to do there. It means a lot to me that Schwader Camp will be there for generations to come. I do love that place. In the last 2 years, we've been working on a quiet phase of a major fundraising campaign that you all will be hearing about in coming weeks. The majority of the funds raised will go for endowment. With an endowment campaign, the funds raised are invested and only the earnings are used. Funds from endowment will support the amazing work of Temple Emanuel for generations. I think endowment is the purest definition of lador vador, from generation to generation. Because of the gifts you give today will ensure your children and grandchildren will have Temple Emanuel here for them. While there have been other smaller campaigns and drives to secure legacy gifts, the things I feel the greatest pride about are the work of our entire team. I don't think I was ever prouder than when a week after we closed the building for COVID, our clergy were streaming on Zoom with a Shabbat service. Rabbi Black in a room where we knew there were lots of guitars in the background, Cantor Sachs in her laundry room, Rabbi Hyatt in her own office with her books sorted by color, and Steve Brodsky in his living room because he hadn't yet set up his sushi restaurant in the basement. What many of you don't know was that for a long time before that, we had debated the idea of streaming our worship services. For a while, we chose not to because of copyright issues. Then there was the expense of the equipment. But somehow, in only a few days, the clergy pulled it off because they knew how much our congregation needed to gather together. I also feel great pride when the rest of the community comes to Temple Emanuel during difficult times. Following the shooting at the Pittsburgh synagogue and the October 7th attacks in Israel, I was so proud to be part of this staff that welcomes the community in its time of greatest need. My pride will continue on July 1st, 2025, when Temple Emanuel, the 14th largest Reformed congregation in the country, will be led by 2 amazing female clergy. I can't wait to watch that as a member of the congregation. I have so many people to thank for this amazing career. Thank you to our amazing clergy team, including Rabbi Foster, who has been my rabbi since I was 13 years old. Rabbi Black, thank you for hiring me and for being a dedicated fundraiser and for filling our congregation with such ruach. Cantor Sachs and Rabbi Hyatt, although I never fulfilled my young adult dream to be a rabbi, you have showed me the brilliance, grace, and kindness that female clergy can embody. My old friend Steve Brodsky, your music still touches my heart after all these years. Thank you for sharing that gift with us. A warm thank you to our executive director and my boss, Steve Stark. I know that supervising me can be quite a challenge. No one will be surprised to know that I tend to have strong opinions and oh, so many questions, lots and lots of questions. But Steve has always supported my efforts and somehow knew when to stay out of my way. Thank you, Steve. Our professional team is a group of bright, enthusiastic, and kind individuals that always supported my work. You all need to know that they are tireless in their efforts and work for the absolute best for this congregation. It has been a joy to work with you, and I know you will continue making Temple Emanuel great. I could not have done this without the support of my awesome daughter, Sally, who is here tonight with her fiance, Michael Romer. I'm sure once I get used to saying fiance, then I'll have to say husband, but I'm getting there. I had a friend who grew up playing hockey, and he said the kids who always hung around the ice rink were called rink rats. So I always think of our kids as synagogue rats. No offense to any of them who are here. Our kids are here more often than they probably would like to be, and they know that we in the congregation have certain expectations of them. That's not easy. Sally has always handled it with kindness and grace. I could not be more proud of you. Thank you for supporting me in all my professional endeavors. And finally, thanks to this amazing congregation. Thanks to my parents, Saul and Belle Miran, I have more or less been a regular member of Temple Emanuel since I was 2 years old. I knew many of you when I started working at Temple 12 years ago, but wonderfully, my relationship with this community, with you, has grown broader and deeper during this time. I've gotten to know so many of you so well. I've attended a lot of bar and bat mitzvahs of your children, a lot, and also a few too many funerals. But the deep connections that I have made with you have been the highlight of my career. Thank you for always greeting me warmly, even though you know I may be asking you for a donation soon. Thank you for your generosity and support of Temple Emanuel. I know it is because you love this congregation, but I always felt it was because you knew how much I loved it too. I know that many of you think of me as your person at Temple Emanuel. I have received calls from you making a donation, asking a question, requesting a name go on the Kaddish list, or a variety of other temple needs, including why do Rabbi Hyatt and Cantor Sachs wear boots all the time? I will leave it to someone else to explain that. I know that you all will connect with other temple staff members and they will take good care of you. So now I look forward to joining you as a congregant, praying with you in services, learning with you in class, and hopefully beating you at Mahjong. For all of the relationships that I have built through working together, phone calls, greetings at services, the trip to Israel, and the large and small contacts, please know that doing this job at Temple Emanuel has been a distinct honor and the highlight of my career. Shabbat Shalom. Okay.
Francie, your words are beautiful. I was going to talk about if you don't have flour, you don't have Torah, but that's okay. There is a text from Parshat Truma. Truma is the Torah portion where Moses commands the Israelites to bring gifts to build the Mishkan, to build the temple. And the words that are said is Vaikhuli Truma me'et kol asher yidveno libo. You shall bring me a truma. Now, that's actually not a good translation, because the translation is you shall take for me a truma. And a truma is an elevation offering. It's something that lifts something up. And the rabbis say, why does it say take a truma? Why doesn't it say give a truma? And the answer is that a wise person knows that when they give to something that they care deeply about, they get much more than they give. And their souls are elevated. Well, Francie, you have elevated all of our souls by helping us support this incredible institution, but also through your love, through your dedication, through your chutzpah, through your strength, through your character, through your absolute dedication. We are forever in your debt. You lift our souls as we hope to lift you as well. So thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your hard work. Thank you for your dedication. Thank you for your laughter. Thank you for your tears. And we know that you will be part of us for many, many, many years to come. I will be sitting in the congregation with you in a year. And I want to ask at this time if my fellow clergy can join me up here. Yeah, you're my fellow clergy. Rabbi Foster, come on up. And we are going to offer a blessing upon you, but we also want to offer a blessing. I'm going to ask all of our new members to rise as well. If you're a new member, stand, please. And I want all of our volunteers to rise as well.
You've heard of it.
No, stay standing. I'm sorry, you got to stay standing because we're going to bless you with ancient words, words that inspire us to do great things, words that are part of our tradition, door by door from generation to generation. Words like flower that bring Torah to our hearts. Ancient words that are part of you, that you inspire us as we inspire you as well. Sally and Mike, come on up too.
Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha.
May God bless you and keep you from all evil.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God shine light on you, and may you continue to bring your light so that all those here can be inspired to bring their light into our community.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Francie, may God's presence be lifted up to you as you lift us up. And to all who are here, those who are new to our community, those who've lived their entire life in our congregation, those who lead, and may we be blessed with the gift of shalom, of wholeness, of fulfillment, and of peace.
V'yasem lecha shalom.
Thank you. Mazel tov.